Arby, welcome back. We're here, we're live, and it's your favorite night of the week. At least I know it is ours. It's the Wild Wild West show. My name is Bay Ragney, but we're here with the man of the hour, and we love during that hour to find out who the fuck this guy is, and his name is Ray West.
That's right. I wake up every day like, where am I? Where am I? Oh, wait a minute. Since we're going live, let me video the podcast.
As a matter of
I'm gonna
fact,
video the podcast so I could show all my friends that I was here, validate my experience. I'm such an asshole.
that is the title for tonight's show. Put down the phone and enjoy the show.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me video that. That's cool. Say it again.
Put down the phone and enjoy the show.
I love that. Yeah, man. Let me pull up some comments that I have about this. And you go first. Listen, man. Here's my thing. If you want your video to sound like shit and look like shit, make sure that you videotape right at the front of the stage where the sound is the fucking worst possible fucking barrier, right? Where the camera is catching right under here or right at my belly button or whoever the fuck is up there. It's like if I walked around to where if you were working on your car, and I walked up and had to video it, but I get this fucking face. So my point is, it's everybody. I think it doesn't. I think it takes you out of the moment. You know, and when I was a kid, it was about connecting with the music and being in the moment. That's what you thought about. You didn't need to do this thing where you had to have some sort of validation for being somewhere. You were just there and you're part of it. You know, but we'll go back and forth about it. I have my, you know how I feel about it.
So
I've seen some good videos, and if people have a good iPhone or whatever, and they stand in the back of the room and they do some editing, maybe put a caption or something, but not that just like, that mortgage, cold autopsy, terrible fucking thing,
So Ray actually, he said to me last week about this topic that he wanted to bring this up, and being the fact that it is coming down towards the end of the year, and the music industry, the entertainment industry as a whole, is now pretty much going down onto its shutdown mode until the new year. So not a lot of news going on, little tidbits here and there. So there's really not much to talk about. So perfect timing for a great discussion. And because I'm not that guy on stage like Ray is. I'm the guy in the crowd. I'm that jerk off with the phone, holding that phone up to validate that I'm at that show, and I'm showing the belly button or whatever. But and I told Ray I had a story I was going to tell about this. So I wanted to get especially Ray's opinion because it's got to be like. There needs to be, like there's the Old Testament and New Testament. There's the BC before Christ. There should be, I guess, like a BP, like before phones.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because back, you were from the BP era before the phones, where the people with the cameras were usually the professional photographers up front, and people sneaking in cameras in their pants were in the back. Right. So you really didn't have to worry about it.
They got to go by the hit parader or the Cream magazine, and there was that element of surprise because it was just like there was there was some mystery. Mm-hmm. We ever since the internet, since video cameras, there's no more mystery. Now for us to really be involved, I've got to let you into everything, know everything about it, what happens from A to Z, But that's the thing. Like when you went to a show, when your band was on either the TV or the magazines, there was that element of like lights went out. Mm-hmm. And before that little moment, the lights come on and you connect and this cool energy takes over the room. You were just in another world, man.
Yeah.
You were in another world. Now you're not. Now it's like you kind of know so much before you. There's no surprise. There's no mystery anymore. There's no like.
It takes away, the star quality from guys like yourself on stage, in my opinion.
we live in a reality TV based world ever since that happened. And
Right.
what that is it's just stripping away of everything. So what was glamour doesn't exist anymore. It's a stripping down of everything. Everything is based on it's reality TV. They want to make everything a reality TV. So the concert experience is no longer just a concert experience. It's reality TV.
Right.
It's and look, I get it. I'm guilty. When I went to go see Jeff Tate, I had my phone out, but I was sitting in the back, and I made sure that I went somewhere. But I think like that. It's look, man. I'm all for the more media now, the better, because we need it. That's how it works. So let me flip the coin on this shit.
Okay.
You need all the videos and all the media, but you need already making videos and posting to your channel, all that stuff. But the art, the act of just like, first of all, if this is 10 feet away from me, the anxiety that happens to me is intense, But once I took my phone away from Brando when he was younger, and it was like, it's my life, man, it was, and it's like your world is in here. So if this isn't in a room that I'm in, I start to freak out a little bit. It's a really neurotic, nervous, terrible thing that's come over everybody. We have to have our phones with us. If you lose your wallet, oh my God. Well, now wait a minute. Now your debit card is in your phone. You still need a physical ID to hand to the cop. He's not going to be like, let me see the picture. You know what I mean? But I'm digressing. Right. My point is, it just takes you out of the moment. It doesn't matter how you think about it. You're not going to change my opinion of it. And I see it. I see. I can tell you for a fact, if I ask someone at a show, which I did the other week, and now people who actually support what we do are kind of like, if you listen to the music I sing and the bands I work with, maybe if I'm posting something, I assume you're going to read it because we care about each other like that,
Sure.
So at the last gig, it was like, listen, man, we're going to post some pictures from the gig. Is it cool? I'm like, yeah, man, go ahead. Like, well, let me see them first. You know what I mean? It is about giving up an element of control. It's not control. It's because to me, they just sound like shit. The business of music. You mix in a beautiful room, right? Great speakers. Okay. At the end of the day, what happens is the engineer, whoever, bounces it over to a little tiny phone speaker. Well, let's see how we sound in a little phone speaker. That's the final test to see if it sounds good or not. People have gotten so used to listening to the phone as audio, they don't care about going out and buying a great piece of gear, of high fidelity gear. They don't care about that anymore. It's almost like the watering down and diluting of the whole fucking thing. I know I'm going on and on, but I'm going to stand my mouth.
It's truth.
But it's like just the fact that, all right, grab the moment. Cool. Don't sit there. Let's draw a new line in the sand. Go ahead, man. Shoot. But don't fucking do that the entire fucking show. You're not there. So why the fuck are you there?
Right.
Because if you're doing that, you want some proof later maybe you were there? That's bullshit. Be in the moment, man. Just fucking forget about the outside world for a while. Forget about having to post your Twitter twatter shit, and don't think about that. I don't go to a show thinking because, oh man, this is great. I can't wait to post this and Twitter it. I'm not thinking in the future. I'm right there in the moment. You feel me?
I feel you. I feel
like I feel like I'm rambling.
No.
It's just it bothers me because of the bad fidelity.
I almost don't even want to ask this question because I'm scared if I say this, it's going to end up in your head now when you're on fucking stage and you're going to be cursing me
like a spider monkey.
So does it get to the point now, do you think, like where an artist is on stage? Because now, like you're saying, it's the norm. So you're seeing it was funny because I'm sure, Ray, Mitch LaFon, the journalist. He's the one that posted this action figure last night. It's this new concert goer action figure, and he's holding the phone up, and it's covering half his face. And I sent it to Ray this morning. I'm like, this is perfect for the show tonight. So when you don't see that that so quote unquote action figure now in the audience doing that, does it almost make you nervous? Like, oh shit, like maybe people don't care? Because it's such the norm now.
Wow, you really fucked me up with that.
That's what I mean. I was scared to ask that.
I got to digest. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I just don't think. I don't think. I don't see that happening unless you take everyone's phone away. So at a lot of comedy shows, you know,
Yeah, you're not allowed to.
the A-level comedy shows, they take their phones away. So I wouldn't want to take anybody's phone away. You know, this is rock and roll is like, don't fuck with my shit.
Right.
That's rock
But
and roll,
that's a
right?
good question. Even when you go to a small comedy club that only holds, a couple hundred people, you're not allowed to video.
Right. And you know, a lot of comedians don't make albums. You know,
Right.
maybe they don't want the material getting out. It could be a million one reasons. It just makes for a more focused show.
Mm,
Everybody is in tune together. You know, doing comedy, you've got about 20 seconds to be on point. You know, and if with rock and roll, you make impact right away. My point is, it's not private. You know, nothing's private, and
right.
I just don't see where like you can do that at a rock show. I think I'm sure someone's doing it. I bet someone will do it. I always picture maybe somebody like Tool would do that. You know, for that kind of audience. Stuff. You go to see Tool,
Hmm.
you want to just focus. You know, so I'd be like, if Maynard said, everybody put their phones away in this basket and pass around the basket. You know, it's become an irritant. It really has. But I'm able to. I'm also the kind of guy who also fuck it. You know, I've said my piece. You know, the
Hmm.
people who come to see us, if they're in tune with us, they've heard me say my piece or read my piece. You know, uh, I just find it difficult to deal with, man. I just can't stand it. I'm really like super hyper. Uh, I'm super hyper to the point where I care about what the sound, what the representation is so much because we've
Hmm.
worked so hard to make songs, to record them, to mix them well, to master them
Sure.
well. You know, shoot a couple of videos, and when you don't have that kind of control, it's a bit scary. You know, so yes, man, you want people to have a good time and connect, and you do want people to know that you exist, so you want the show being posted. But I wish people just take the time to think
Hmm.
about how they shoot videos. You know, if you're gonna pull it out, maybe we'll do a course on how to on the rules of what to video and how to video live. Maybe that'd be a thing. Number one, don't put your video anywhere close to the stage.
Mm.
You know, move back. So location. Very important.
Or how about even like because usually with most photographers when they go to shows, the professional photographers, they're up in the front in the photo pit area, and usually they're only given the first 2 to 4 songs to get their shots, and then they got to get out, and that's it. You're done. Maybe it should be like only video the first 1 or 2 songs, and that's it.
Yeah,
Enjoy the
man,
rest of
because
the show.
because once again, that way you're focused in on the show. You just
Hmm.
you're not worried. You shouldn't have to worry about anything outside of what's going on. The idea of going somewhere to be entertained is to forget about the outside world. So
Right.
when you sit there with the phone, you're still connected to the things that are outside. So you're really not, I don't care how much you say you're in tune with the show, you're not. If the phone's in
Right.
your hand, you're thinking about the phone. If it's in your pocket, you're not going to worry. Your hands are free to fucking be crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Right.
it's a distraction. It's a freaking distraction. And
Now,
I'm the kind of person that if I see I'm going, man, you know, it takes a lot of my inner strength to just not get so crazy about it. I will mention it once per show. I usually
okay.
goof on somebody. I'm never like put that shit. I'm always like, are you really into the whole thing right now? You know, you tell me. I'm gonna tell you the song to do it to, and I'm pointing it out to you, and I'll even bring you up. I'll bring you up, and you can view it from here. But
Is there has there any ever been video that you've come across and reached out to the person and asked them to take it down?
I haven't done that. I never felt the need to do that. Um, that's a lot of regret, you know, because I should have called that person or find out who they are. So listen, man, why are you doing that?
Right.
You know, why are you doing that? Okay, do you need is this validation for you? Are you just trying to make us look bad or make me look bad? Like what's like? Just tell me what it is. I know
Hmm.
people. I know when I've had a bad show, and I know from all my bad past experience I've had over the years. I know everything's going to be on, showed up anyway. That's part of it. But if
Right.
you can control any bit of it, or you know, I just ask people to just think twice, man. You know, think 3 times about it. Think 4 times about it. If you're gonna shoot, keep it short. Have fun with it. Find a place in the back to stand. Maybe you want to videotape the whole thing, you know, and just go where the good sound is. If there's any good sound at all in a club, sometimes it's difficult. I know, but
Right.
I think if you want your stuff shared for the right reason, share it because you made a good video that put your band in literally in a positive light. You know, instead of the band that you like supposedly making them sound and not look good because it's not true. You're not getting
Right.
the true sound that's in the room. You know, the singer's voice
True.
might be on a kind of certain frequency where the room doesn't, you know, it doesn't work for him sometimes. You know, some voices fly really well through the room and some don't cut really well through the room. But that experience of that kind of acoustic sonic thing is what I love, man.
I had an experience with, and I'm going to name the person. 'Cause I don't think it's a bad experience. He might get upset that I named him, but um, Tony Harnell from TNT. I've seen Tony. He does an unplugged show. I've seen him do it 3 times back when I was still living in the Philadelphia area. And the very first time I went, and I got to meet Tony, I had interviewed him. I think maybe at that point once or twice, and we've become friends. It's like almost 10 years now. Anyway, I did just that. I was in the back, and it was an outside show, and I recorded half dozen of the songs, and I put them up on my YouTube channel. Now, in my opinion, I thought he fucking sounded amazing.
Okay.
In my opinion, I came to learn my opinion actually truly doesn't mean shit because I'm not the artist. So Tony reached out and messaged me. He said, "Look, I appreciate, you came out. I appreciate you videoed it. Do you mind taking them down for me?"
Wow,
He
really?
he said, "Would you mind
I didn't
taking
know
them
that.
down? I would like to view them personally and approve them. And if I approve of them, you're more than welcome to put them back up." I was like, "Yeah, of course. Okay." So I did that. And he got back to me within a day, within 24 hours, and he said I could put them all back up. And he said, "Look, nothing against you." He said, and I come to learn this from seeing him 2 other times. He is truly a perfectionist. He really is a perfectionist when it comes to his voice, his sound, and he wants to make sure anything that's being put out on the internet is a true, very good representation of himself. So that made me at that point, like, I didn't video Tony anymore just because I knew I didn't want to take a chance. But it made me think differently though with other artists now when I would go to shows.
All that's I couldn't have even put it together better myself from an artist standpoint. This is
Hmm.
about controls. We can only control so much. You know,
Yeah,
all that control's been taken away. So there could be some sort of civility and real honor of the craft and what it's doing, what it's trying to do. You
right.
know, then that should be honored, man. If you like the band so much, honor
Hmm.
them, and yeah, put the video through a sort of process. You know, but everybody wants to be this fucking Scorsese and think they're like, you know, I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, and once again, but I'm looking at it from an artist standpoint. So, but I go to shows just like you do. I do take out the camera, but I'm doing selfies. You know, I'm like, because I'm really aware that this band does not want any bad shit going out. You know, because
Now
I
you
think this.
said you said you took out the camera when you saw Jeff Tate recently. Did you video
Yes,
anything?
I videoed it, right? But I think, oh no, I was FaceTiming live. That's what I did, which is really
Okay.
fucking stupid. But anyway, because that's when crazy shit happens. But it was only for like maybe like 10, 20 seconds. And that was for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like I'm gonna go posting it out everywhere. It was just like it was from my memory, so I could enjoy it, you know.
Right.
But it wasn't like I'm gonna go post it and make sure that, you know, because it didn't sound well. It didn't sound good. You
Mhm.
know, it was a nice theater, but I wasn't sitting in the middle. I was sitting off to the side. It was very muddy, you know.
Okay.
But I will reach for my phone, but I practice. I'm practicing what I preach. I'm getting better at it, you know. And by me, uh, you know, this whole video. We should start the phone video anonymous club. People that are addicted to it, you know, because I'll be a member. You know, you have to be. I'm giving it to you from experience, from being that guy. You know, and
Right.
just like, but also, it's just fucking irritating. You know, a room slow song. Do that blue screen thing like U2 shows, man. That was fucking cool. Do that. You know, but
Right. Right.
be in the fucking. I guess all I'm saying is, be in the moment. Just be in the moment, and you'll find you have a better time. You know, you
Right.
won't miss it. It's going to be in here, unless you got some sort of early onset thing going on. But it's going to be in here. This is really special. You know, how you remember it is very special.
Now, one thing that one reason that I do what I when I go and I'll video, and I usually probably 9 out of 10 times I'll do a Facebook Live, and my reasoning is probably because I'm pissed off because I'm seeing a band that I love that I think is fucking amazing, and there's like no crowd there, and I'm
Yeah,
angry. And
yeah.
I'm like, I want to be like, you know what? Fuck all you people. You're missing this amazing show. You should be here. I shouldn't have to broadcast it to you on my fucking phone. Your ass
Um,
should be here next to me enjoying this show.
yeah, I actually get that. You know, the thing about that I'm sure the band doesn't want you videoing an empty room with them in it. You know what I'm saying? That's a different
Well,
thing.
yeah,
Because that'd be like,
but
oh
I do
man,
know how to
he
shoot
wanted
that.
to look, we were playing to a
Yeah,
thousand people, but he showed 5 people. You
yeah,
know, so that's a thing too. So it's all a consideration. If if you're gonna Facebook, yeah, man, go near the stage and just show them the action, and you're talking because it's a lot of your audio. The rest is just sort of like filler because you're talking
yeah.
into it. It's just taking you. You're first. You know that
Hmm.
shitty fucking acoustic isn't first. You know, so
Right.
um, I don't like it. I want it to stop. But it's in epidemic proportions. I'm going to go on about it till we stop. It's I just think it's too much, man. I do have friends that are photographers, and they're like, well, I like I don't know who read it to me. When I put up that post that I did, I got posts from photographer friends. Well, I was upfront because so and so. That I know that you're professional,
Yeah,
but
that's a different. That's
remember,
different.
everybody with this thing thinks they're fucking Mark Weiss and all these other fucking guys. You know,
It's
Mark
the
Weiss is
truth.
a professional. Let him
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. It is the truth. That's so funny.
It's the why. I just the why of someone. And you guys, that whether you love what I do or you hate what I do, I wish somebody would comment on this shit. Whether it's a love hate thing, I don't give a fuck because it's not just me and Bay. This is epidemic. This is an epidemic.
Well,
It's
I mean, how about even like a band that's playing a festival or an arena stage, and you got 10, 20, 50,000 people, and I probably half of them people are holding their freaking phones up.
but no one's taking that. That's a different experience. You know, when you're in a sea of like 50,000 people. You know, I'm talking about the best way for me to put it is those people that are up front and they're videoing themselves at this great, awesome communal event. I get that. I'm talking about those really great tight rooms,
Mm,
right? Where people are just videoing this bad sound. You know, it's probably shitty audio out there too. Everybody wants to video their experience. I get it. This is reality TV. This is the world
yeah,
we live in. I'm
yeah,
just talking about, even still, it's those times those really cool intimate videos are made of bands and you in this great room, but you're up close and you're right, and it's bad sounding. But the act, that's let's make this two-part. That's how I feel about the audio part of it and the visual part of it. The next
mm,
thing we talked about, this is a really big deal, is not being in the moment. My whole thing is about being in the moment.
right.
Performance is about being in the moment.
Hmm.
You know, I, the band plays. I don't really choreograph anything. I don't write anything, so it's a different thing with me every time I'm up there. You
Okay,
know, I'm sure if we got drilled into doing bigger tours and playing day after day after day, I would nail it down to a script and be very specific.
sure.
But being in the moment is everything.
Mm,
It's everything. And if you're gonna be looking through the phone, it's just not where it's not. You're not in the room anymore. You're in your own little world.
hmm.
You know, and I just think it's really important that everybody just be locked in, be on the same frequency, and all be in it together, man. Not that fucking stupid shit where you're like
Yeah, we got a bunch of comments here. Let me pop them up on the
Uh-oh.
screen.
I said, well, they
I
loved
want.
it or hated. They got to write it.
There we
Tell
go.
me
Let's
to
see.
shut the fuck up.
Where'd it go? Step away from the phone, brah.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's from Kim Marie, and she's got another comment here. As a pro photo music journalist, people with shitty phones piss me off.
Isn't she awesome? That's the greatest writer in the history of writers. Her prose is ridiculous. But Kimmy knows. She's my butt. She knows, man. Some people get it. It's always the right people. You know what I mean? It's that dude
Absolutely.
that's just way too drunk to think about it, or the girl is way too drunk to think about it.
You know, hey Kim, or Kim Marie, I should say. Pop a comment in. I want to throw a question out at her now. Being the fact that she's a pro photojournalist, what does she think of that? Of the people doing that, and does it take away from her being the pro?
I think everybody with the camera thinks they're fucking. They got to document and report everything. Who's the guy that did the Cocaine Cowboys? Who's that filmmaker?
Oh,
he's brilliant. Or the dude that directed Kids. Like, those guys are fucking awesome. You know that movie Kids?
That one I don't know. I've heard of Cocaine Cowboys.
Yeah, there's a movie called Kids that was made in the 90s. The director's got some crazy name. You got to watch it. You got to watch it and get back to me.
Okay, really I gotta write that down.
And all you guys, well, where's watching? There's a movie called Still Crazy. You know that movie? It's the greatest rock movie ever made. It's better than Rockstar, all that shit. It's about a band. They're from the 70s, and they're all older now. They're in their early years of being a rock band coming up. It's in the 70s. They're playing some festival. The band's arguing because it's a lot of ego stuff going on, and the stage gets hit by lightning, right? And so they're saying, "Oh, fuck you, we're out of here. We should be together." So they all go. Years later, one of their songs is making it's getting resurrected on radio. So they're all in like their 60s and early 70s, and the guy's daughter says, "Dad, you got to get the band back together." So it's about Daniel Ray, this actor, and he's getting the band back together. It's got Bill Nye. You know who Bill Nye is?
Yeah.
He plays the singer. So he's like, he's like early 70s, blonde hair, and he's gone through he's older, so he's like, he doesn't know if he still has it. It's a great movie, man. People don't know it.
I gotta look into this.
You'll love it. I want you to watch it, and we'll talk about it next episode.
All right, here's our boy Rockstar Rob, who did our graphics. He said if I come up in this, I should throw him under the bus because he he did some funny shit. Should I tell it?
Fuck yeah!
All right. So Rob, he's the first off amazing graphic artist. Rockstar Graphics and Design. Check him out. But he's the biggest Britney Fox fan I've ever met in my life. Really? And he handles graphics for Johnny D. He does the graphics for Michael Kelly Smith now, and I think he's officially doing stuff with Tommy Paris too. I'm not sure on that, but maybe during talks. But Britney Fox got announced for M3, but it's only. Do you know the Britney guys at all?
Let me see. I think I met him at the Cat Club. No, I met him drunk, so I didn't meet him.
So, all right. So Billy, the bass player, he's over the last few years, just at times when these opportunities arise, he just puts his own version of the band together and goes out and does it. And that's what he's doing for M3. So, yeah. So Rob put a statement out because he runs the Britney Fox Facebook group that just be aware that and he changed the logo on the M3 poster to Britney Foe and put out like this mock statement. Well, don't you know some of the fucking websites picked it up?
Really?
Metal Sludge being one of them. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, the more a band like mine stays active and starts playing shows, I'm sure we'll jump on a festival next year.
Oh, absolutely.
The only reason we haven't is because we weren't active, so it just irritates me. But all these bands, it's everybody but Spread Eagle. you know, we're gonna do a campaign. We're gonna stop the bullshit phone, and we're gonna get Spread Eagle on festivals.
But that's only temporary because that shit's going to change. I know for a fact. Mark my words.
Yeah, man.
I can feel it. Well, you guys are
What-
playing a festival in Germany next year,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
So
So
you know, so momentum will build. You know, because I'm excited. Like it took me. We'll talk about me again. But it took me all this time and a real shot in the ego to really work at the craft.
sure.
You know, like for me to get kind of even close to where I was when I was younger, it's a lot of work, man. But I could easily be like, I don't have to do the work, but I enjoy the work. I'm enjoying like a rediscovery, even though it's a lot of work. I
Right.
say work a lot because you know I hate that fucking word. It's
Mhm.
like it's a monumental task, dude. Not to
Mhm.
recapture your youth, but that energy, that into that flow, that whatever that fires you and fuels you. It's hard to light that shit and keep it lit at a certain fucking intensity, you know.
Sure.
So I'm really digging rekindling that shit. It's really good. It's really good. Having fun with it. You know. But anyway,
I,
what was
I also I mean I know from our conversations, and I think I even said this last show. I can tell how much you are not only happy but have fallen back in love with the whole thing again.
yeah, man. I can't believe I was even like that. It's like it's like, yeah, it's okay. It's like, Jesus, man. It's like it's such a euphoric thing. And anybody who's in the band is going to tell you that. Anybody who gets on stage in front of people, and when people start singing the shit back to you, you start to elevate, you
Mhm.
know. And it's like it's unexplainable, and it's hard to explain to people. It's just really it's
Sure.
very euphoric. It's very fucking euphoric. You get lost, and it's funny because when you're most rolling in euphoria, it doesn't matter whether it is. It's like you forget about everything, so
Mhm.
you become very uninhibited. And I'm very uninhibited when I just let go of everything. And of course, those of you who make the fucking videos have it.
All right, so Kim Marie, she says down here, I really love when musicians ban photos during shows and gives us real photogs, 3 songs in the pit, then lets the fans have one or more songs to use phone cameras.
There you go, man. And Kimmy goes to a lot of rock shows. She's an aficionado, and
Aficionado.
she's on my side, which she's a good friend to have on your side, but you don't want her. You don't want her on your bad side.
Sorry, Rob, you're not safe. He said, "Oh, thank God I'm safe. This is about douchebags with phones recording the shows."
Yeah, really, that's what it is. Because okay, there's people that video do it
Mhm.
properly, but this really is about douchebags with phones. So it is. It's the douchebag with the fucking phone, as compared to the cool person with the phone. It's a big difference. So we need to stop douchebaggery phoneism stuff in our lifetime.
You need that shirt. Stop douchebaggery phonism.
Well, now we're gonna have a telethon, everybody. It's to stop douchebaggery, phone assholism in our lifetime. And this is you've got COVID, right? You've got cancer, but this is whoo,
uh, Rob
stop
also says,
douchebaggery in our lifetime.
I don't record. I take a few pics, some brief clips. And that's about it. I enjoyed the show. People need to do the same. I can't argue with them.
Yeah, I feel like I don't want to beat this into the ground, but since we are doing that, it's there. Look, there's people that get it, man, and there's people that don't. We try to inform people. That's what this is all about: having these conversations and talking about this. Hopefully, the people that listen will pass on the word and join in the fucking fight to fucking stop douchebaggery, phone assholism.
I asked to
What do you got?
have that phone video down. Is that what it says? My screen's all freaking screwed up. I asked to
It's just
have.
Kimmy and Rob Compton. That's all who's watching us tonight.
Let's see. We got Tony here.
Uh-oh.
Tony Peterson.
Oh, she's cool.
Yeah, she's cool. She's good people. I saw the Misfits in 2018. They took our phones at the door. Freaked me out. Over probably not having my phone. I got over it once the band started playing.
Okay, so you didn't miss the phone once the gig started, and you got it back, no problem. Sure. See, they probably give away like a little number thing with it or something. It's a brilliant idea, man. It's a brilliant idea. I bitch about it because it bothers me.
I would feel so weirded out though, handing my phone over.
But you know that it's the same feeling you get probably when you have to give your social security to someone on the phone at the bank or something. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. But we got to trust each other. It's all about that. I'm trusting you not to do something stupid, and you're trusting me not to do something stupid. In the name of fighting douchebaggery, asshole phonism in our lifetime.
Dennis Sanchez. Dennis, great dude. Saludos, Ray. Killer show last Friday at Dingbats. My dad and brother are now spread heads. See you next year. Grucias Hamano. If I said that
Eso
right.
sí, La Niño. Listen, something about this room Dingbats is so special, and everybody that plays there
Cool
is going to
place.
tell you the same thing because it's something. The people make the room sometimes, but that room has something else so cool. It's because Freddie, the owner, uh, is probably one of the most down to earth motherfuckers there are. You know, New York City, we had Don Hill. You
Yeah.
know, Don Hill was very down to earth, and he was like, it was just really super cool. So Freddie's got that same thing, and that room is the way it's built or something. I don't know what they did, man. I don't know what they did, how they did it, but it's fucking great. And when it's full, the sound doesn't get muffly. You know,
Okay.
it's just a very strong room. It's a very tight little room, and I like it.
Nice.
But and my point is, God, we had a good time there, man. What a good time.
So this spread eagle Christmas party was a success.
Yeah, and everybody was singing. That gets me later. Even back in the day when we were touring, people would sing along in their spots, or were places we knew we were getting played a lot. You know, but later the people that really, it's good to see the people that really take ownership of the music because they're the ones that are singing. You know, so it's like it's a shared thing. You know, and every time I talk about this stuff, I'm going to sound really cheesy and corny because you can't help to sound like it when you talk about this. But everybody's there for the same reason. You know, a band puts out a vibe, right? But that vibe gets met by the same people that have the same vibe, and they just sort of find each other.
Right.
The band writes a language, and the people that dig it learn it. So you go to this room, and you're having a conversation back and forth that you helped write because you wrote the vernacular behind it, and that's really fucking cool because that's how you find your tribe. And that's what this is all about. It's about finding your tribe. So our tribe meets because they know that's where everybody's going to be positive and feel great. And that's their safe place. You know, drink your drink, smoke your smoke, you know, listen to some music, sing along to tunes. Everybody goes home happy and had a good experience. And we do it again next time because, hey, man, see you later means let's hang out later. So it's how I see it, you know. So having Tony around, Dennis, and rooms like Dingo's, you get to create this cool thing. Corny. Out.
Well, the next show, I'm going to throw a little plug out there. Spread Eagles' next show is January, I want to say, is it 27th?
28th.
28th?
Yeah.
Union Firehouse, Vineland, New Jersey. And make sure you're there early because my boys Rat Rod that I manage are one of the openers. So get there and rock like fuck. And they just got this afternoon, it was just announced tonight, they got booked for the M3 pre-show Friday night down in Maryland.
Of course. So, everybody but Spread Eagle. All right.
See that?
I'm patient. We're all being very patient. Cool. That's awesome, dude. I did not know that. That's fucking great, dude.
Yeah.
I will make sure to give bro hugs all around. And
absolutely. Yeah, they're excited. They can't wait to meet you.
That's great.
All right, we got more comments. So let's keep them coming. Kim Marie again. I cringe when I see these posts of shitty cell phone videos.
See, man, once she gets on it, she don't take her foot off it.
That's funny.
And she's funny too. She's very funny.
The main reason is because people look at these shitty videos and that those videos are really how the musicians sound.
And listen, the people that don't know the band, right, see it.
Right.
So they didn't go to the room. So they don't know the true story. The true story is in the room. Right? So you're getting this filtered down thing, this reality show version with subtitles. Right? And that's when all the vicious comments come in, man. and then then you don't know whether you want to go even do it anymore. So this is why you can't feed into that shit. You gotta know where it's very black and white.
Right.
You gotta know where the fucking you gotta look down, you gotta look around to see the shit so you don't step in it. A wacky metaphor.
Let's see. We got
Take off my
another.
list.
I've had to ask to have shitty videos taken down and always warn the artist, artist manager to never allow tagging or cold posting of videos. Interesting.
Because I know that I have had it where we have this song called Switchblade Serenade. I know that a lot of people like to video that when they do come. So sometimes I'll be like, just video this tune and then post it while I'm standing here in front of you. You know what I mean? So I can see who's posting, so I know who's doing what. We need social media because this is how we get around.
Right.
It's a necessary evil. What a fucking horrible spot to be in. Like I said, the magic of like the mystery, the radio.
Right.
I don't miss corporate radio. I don't miss radio programming, hearing the same fucking shit over and over again.
Sure.
But like when I freaking heard Van Halen, and I hadn't seen them or read, or seen many pictures, I was just like a few articles and a few pictures, and they're like, what is this fucking magical thing that I don't know about?
Right.
I want to go witness this thing. And you were like hyperventilating until the lights came on.
Mm-hmm.
Then you shot your load and you're just floating for like an hour and 90 minutes or 2 hours or whatever the fuck it was. That's gone.
But I was gonna say that that's when you think of it that way, like back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, when artists would come onto the scene, or even after you became a fan of that artist and you're supporting them, you would only get that little tease and taste each month with a 2-3 page newspaper or a magazine article. Barely any radio airplay, unless it was like a Van Halen or something that would get minimal airplay. So when that band did come to your town, you were chomping at that bit, for them to hit the stage.
Like a Kiss. You're a kid. Kiss. Come on. That says it all, Now it's like, oh, look, this is a video of like Kiss taking a dump before they go on stage. It's going to be awesome. Right. Nothing's private anymore. We don't live in that time. We live in a reality TV world. Yeah. We live in the Trump reality TV everything world. Everything's just boom. It's immediate or it doesn't exist. I'm at a concert. No, you weren't. You weren't there. I don't believe you. Where's the video? There's no trust anymore. I can't trust your word. I need to see it. Then I see it. I'm like, that's not you. Who is that? You know what I mean? That's TikToking. That's the fucking production movie app in TikTok.
He's over there playing a video game.
T-Mobile is uploading.
So interesting you say the word trust, because Ray always somehow says a word that could be used for the next topic. Usually he'll hit on the point where I could segue, but I'm going to go off of the word trust this time because an article came across Loudwire about a week ago, and I thought it was really interesting. And I think it's the first time a band has done this. We've had bands do these for other reasons, but they went to the world of GoFundMe. Now, it was a band called Iris, which I've never heard of, some metal band from, I think, Ireland or somewhere, whatever country they were from. But they went and did a tour where they did all their merch and booked a tour and drove around and blah, 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 blah. Lost an absolute fortune. So after at the end of the tour, they put a GoFundMe together to recoup some of their losses. And they said they lost more than this, but they wanted, their goal was $20,000. I didn't even look to see if they reached the goal, but they put a GoFundMe together to put the money back in their pocket after their tour was a bust.
So they go on the road. Let me confirm this. So they go on the road. Mm-hmm. They lose money, right? And they want the fans to pick up the tab for the money they lost.
Exactly.
As compared to band goes out, or a band asks for bands to go fund me to make a record or something like that. So what this
Yes.
is, it sounds like to me,
Hmm.
complete horseshit. Take advantage of people's fucking good nature is what that fucking is. Because if people didn't want to see your fucking band in the first place or buy any of your merch, now you want to take it out on somebody. So you're gonna fucking take care of me because you didn't do what I wanted the first time. It's coming out of your pocket. You're the
Right.
blame, not me. It's not that we must be because we're amazing. Our band, we must be. Our shirts are the coolest thing. We're fucking amazing. So that's probably that fucking mentality. Fuck that. I'm sorry. Let me put it more PC.
No, you don't have to keep it PC at all.
We must stop band douchebaggery, assholes at all times.
Oh, it's so funny. So
Really, that's
I,
upsetting, man.
when I heard that one, I was like, yeah, I was like, wow, okay. Now, how about this?
It makes musicians seems like hard up, needy motherfuckers, and a lot of them are.
Yeah.
But that's ridiculous, man. We suck, so you pick up the tab. Fuck that.
Now, how about this? Because I had this happen to good friends of mine last
Man, that's
year.
bad. That's so bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They were on tour, and while on tour, their van or whatever it was, they blew their trans, and they got stuck in, I think it was Memphis, as a matter of fact, and they needed like $5,000, to put a new trans in. So they were stuck there, and they put together a GoFundMe to pay for the trans so they can get the trans put. And at that point, they lost the tours and to get their asses back home to California.
Oh wow. I was gonna say, in a situation like that where it's pro band, like it's okay. Commerce with fans is interesting because you have it's a give and take.
Yeah.
Right. So people are investing in you because they're paying, buying some with your brand on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's an exchange for the art. You support the art a little bit, but this
Yeah.
whole thing about like having people pick up the tab that's not for the art, it's kind of weird. It's a weird ask.
Yeah.
I'm sure that if I had no scruples and my morality was really low, I would ask for money that way, but I just can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems to me it's a way of it's like rock and roll panhandling. No matter what you're asking for money.
Yeah.
You're begging.
Yeah. Yeah.
I once had to GoFundMe for Brando's School of Rock tour. It was very expensive, and
Okay.
and people invested in Brando as a young man and a musician. So I thought that was cool reason to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I was very low on cash, so there's a time to do it. But this whole thing about fans picking up the tab, that doesn't get them anything. It's kind of
Right.
weird, because it has to be give and take. You've got to give and get. It's got to be an equal thing. I give you something, and you share something in return. And it goes back and forth. That's just keeping each other alive.
Mm-hmm.
That's because we care about each other.
Right.
If someone didn't want to go see your band, you can't fucking ask them for money because you came up empty-handed. It means you're supposed to be doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
So go take your shit to fucking whatever pawn shop is down the street and buy an IC machine.
There you go. There was I forget the name of the site. I don't know if you know the name of the site, but it might even be 4 or 5 years ago now. And it was a brilliant idea where artists, if they're not signed to a label or whatever, and then they're self releasing their albums, you would hook on with this site, and it was kind of like a GoFundMe, but you would put together like different levels of packages, and people could you're basically pre-buying the album, and whatever package, like you can buy just the album or an autograph album and your name gets put on it, and then they would put like t-shirts or pics, stickers, somewhere even putting like equipment or tickets and et cetera, and it was a great brilliant idea and was hugely successful for many, many artists, and many artists I had interviewed use this. But at one point, the people that ran the site just took the money and rolled and screwed all the artists.
Sorry, dude. It's the oldest story in the book, right?
Right.
People are artists are hungry, especially young artists, and they can be easily taken advantage of, man. So there's so much fucking things hidden with subterfuge. You just got it's trust issues all over the place. It's hard to trust. It really is, man. This is why small tribes meet together and we all trust each other. That's different. It's in your safe space. But to ask people for money, I think if someone is, that works to me. That sounds decent to me. If someone's investing in you and they're a part of it, they're getting back in return. That you're getting back on your investment. You're investing in something that you believe in, hopefully, and that that you want to share with people. That's how it works, right? You produce something and you want to share it with everyone. When that happens, you will monetize it. You will, so that you can keep sharing. You can keep making your art, whatever the product is. So if you're gonna, that's something that sounds like I would do in the past if I had thought about it.
Sure.
I'm gonna do this album, guys. Maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna make this record that I want to make. Like I want to make my soul funk thing I'm working on. But why not have people invest in it? Go to a decent studio, get a decent mix going into the board. Getting laid down. Maybe some mastering, not too much, and some money to go and put the shit out. But you get in return, you get the tunes and whatever comes with that. Whether it's anything involved in the branding of the band, you become part of it. You get a piece of the action. You're all part of one thing. That's why you invest in that. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Go fund this.
Yeah, totally. I couldn't believe I couldn't believe the guy did that. Like I was just like he had such a good thing going,
and then they shit the bed on it. That's crazy.
Yeah,
but it's such an American story.
Yeah,
totally. It's like
it really is.
It's like, oh, I was on my way up in this house. Oh fuck, it's a movie. Somebody got robbed. The movie got good because somebody got robbed. Now you got a story.
Right. Exactly.
Now they need to come back and use that as part of their story.
So today is a iconic drummer's birthday. You mentioned this band earlier in the show. It is the 77th birthday of Mr. Peter Criscola, aka Peter Chris the Catman. Number 77 he hits today.
What a great singer too, man.
Yeah.
He was the reason they went number one, singing his vocal on Beth. That's awesome, man. I don't think I ever met him. It would have been so cool to Baltimore meet Peter Chris.
I met him once.
Yeah, was he cool?
Dude, I'll tell you what, I met him once. I don't think I ever got a bigger hug from anybody in my life.
Wow.
He was just so gracious and thankful to just meet everybody. And it was like such a meaningful hug. And I was like, I never met this guy or talked to this guy before. Right. Just, wow. Beautiful human being.
How did you feel about the documentary that they had with Kiss, that last documentary that was out? You see it with him, and they show him and Ace are kind of getting this. They felt shafted because they weren't into too much and all that.
So my feelings are, especially after reading, all the biographies that all four members put out, going into, from when I was little, Paul Stanley was my favorite. I always wanted to be the star child. Yeah. It was always Paul and then Ace. Peter was always my least favorite. After reading the books, Peter became my favorite because I felt he was the most open, honest, upfront, and he really spilt the beans, and it really changed my whole opinion about Gene and Paul, especially.
But drummers usually have that sort of like, high energy truth to them. It just comes. It's the breed, I've noticed. Your mentalities, you're hitting things. Both your sides of your brain are working at different speeds and shit.
Right.
I just think it seemed that he would be so cool. What I got from the videos was, a guy that felt his talent wasn't given enough credit,
Mm-hmm.
with those guys. So then it's like, I want more money. Well, why does Peter want more money? Well, he is Peter Chris, but it is what that's a rough business setup those guys got. So
Yeah.
But man, I think he would be cool. I never met him, but I always thought seemed like he'd be cool. I met Eric Carr once. That was the after, but
Wow.
he was a nice guy too. But the original, the Peter Chris, it'd be so cool to sit and chat with him.
Believe it or not, one of my all-time favorite songs, and my favorite Kiss song, is "Hard Luck Woman."
Great song, man.
Beautiful song.
Hard luck woman, baby. And his voice has this cool rasp to it.
Yeah.
It's like it's natural,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the kind of dude. If you give him voice lessons, that rasp goes away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
don't touch it.
You lose quality, man. Voice lessons are like to just like you use them to get strength. It'll strengthen you and it'll help you with your core and like why your voice does what it does. But as far as what it does to like, if you start to stay with technique too much, it just strips you of everything that's you. That's why all the coolest singers in the world are Joe Cocker. You don't see Joe Cocker ever take a fucking voice lesson. You know what I'm saying? You don't imagine Rod Stewart ever taking a voice lesson. That's magical shit.
Too funny.
It's a good show today. I like this.
Yeah. How about this one? I think it was just announced. It might have been earlier today or yesterday. Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody broke 2 billion streams on Spotify.
Of course it did, man. Come on, that's awesome. You felt that coming on. Someone it had to be like the the Elon Musk or whatever. Oh man, it's like that makes perfect sense because Queen was so big in the 70s when I was a kid, and then as we go through the 80s, they were still the biggest thing in the world. They write this great piece of music, but there's this like mythical thing about it. And even though there is video, and even there's a beautiful biopic made with them, and they got an Oscar for something, which is fucking great. There's a mythical thing to Queen, man. It's something that's fucking, you can't even touch it, and you can't even touch it. It runs through the music. It's in the air, man. It's I wax about this shit because I just feel it. It's fucking Queen. Everybody has their favorite band. Oh shit. Everybody has their favorite bands, and even guys that try to be, I don't like Queen. Yes, they fucking do. Yes,
yeah. Come on.
It's Queen. So anyway, Bohemian Rhapsody was such a big song. Wayne's World, just the way it went into culture, how it got blown up into something even bigger than it was.
Yeah.
So that that makes sense. Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Queen, and this is I said this a couple shows ago, and I want to do this topic with you on a future show. Songs that make you cry, or musical moments that make you cry. Because I got to see Queen with Adam Lambert, probably 5-6 years ago, whatever it was.
That had to be cool.
It was totally fucking cool.
That had to be cool.
It was really cool. And when they do that moment where they put Freddie on the screen, and you just start crying. You have to cry. If you didn't cry, you have no soul. I'm sorry.
Because the reason he did it, and his interviews are cool too. Yeah, all his interviews are great. He was so funny. But to be so pure of talent like that, to have it go through you, where it beats everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some people just feel it in such a way where talent's a tricky thing, man. Like, if you're good at something, it's not really cool to say you're talented about it. Like, it sounds so egotistical, But people have when talent shines through like that, it's so undeniable because it's more than just like listening to it. It's a feeling.
Yeah.
Like that song gives you a feeling, and that's what's in everybody's heart to do to other people's, to make them feel something. So he did that. They did that. Not just one guy, but as a band, they did that. What a special singer, talent, human being he was, man. But yes,
now I'm gonna when we're done now, I'm gonna end up listening to Queen. You know what song I truly like? Two Queen songs I truly love. Number one, And I ended up falling in love with this song because of Metallica doing their cover of it. Stone Cold Crazy.
Yeah, man. That's how
Come on,
hard rocking they were. They were such
dude.
they were a hard rock band, man. The shit that Brand May's laying down is so heavy and cool.
Yeah.
If I could listen to the whole the Game album all the way through, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But the last record with Who Wants to Live Forever on it. What's that fucking song? I think it's Who Wants to Live Forever. There's some stuff on there that will just make you cry.
The Show Must Go On.
That's it.
Was that on that?
Yeah, that's on
Yeah.
there. It'll make you cry.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because the melodies in there are such classic melodies. He borrowed from like his past. You know, and some of those melodies are just like they're otherworldly now. Otherworldly.
Amazing.
There's so many great, you know, Queen, Pink Floyd, there's great stuff, but Queen stands on its own. Because of all the English bands, they stand on their own.
Yeah. Under Pressure with David Bowie is one of the greatest fucking songs ever.
It's cool. And they wrote it so fast. The vocal was so quick, right? That story. They happen to be recording. He's next door. He goes, oh, can I just pop in and do that track? And they done.
Wow.
Good art.
That build up in that song. Holy shit. I got chills thinking about it.
Yeah, man. It's good stuff.
Music is such a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, and if we'll end on this a little bit. I've gotten a bad habit of like watching too much Netflix and Disney and what else do we fucking got? HBO Max, all the Maxes, all the pluses. I sometimes I get lost in it and I have to like pull myself away and just put on music. And it changes. It's a different vibe to the house. It's a more freeing vibe. Because when you have TV on, you feel like you're missing something, and I get nervous. You can't leave the room. I got to put it on pause, and you know, or it just when you have music, it helps you get other things done.
Yeah,
and you're more productive.
Totally.
But when you're fucking stuck in Netflix world and you're watching fucking
nothing's getting
crazy, and it's and we've gotten to this place where we have like a zillion fucking channels, bro. You know, and we forget to just put the music on, right? Put the camera down. Just listen, man. Just fucking listen.
So we have to put the camera down and put the remote down.
And listen and the corniest thing I can tell you, listen with your heart, bro. Be open, you know?
That's it.
I'm done here.
That's it. Hey, you know what? I'm done too. That was my topics. That was my topics.
My brother. I want everybody, really, man, as we continue, I think it's about conversation. The more we're out there, like I always say this about the band too, the more we're out there, the more people see, the more they listen, the more they talk about it, the more you're in the conversation. Just like this, man. So all you guys, you know, this is something that's it's important to conversate about everything that relates to our generation. You know, the older rock and roll folks that are wiser now, you know, that have been through the mill, that have heard everything and seen everything, to talk about it. We need a platform to talk about it because there's a lot of stuff that our generation has to pass down, and that's important. Very important.
Absolutely. Well, another great show, Ray. Another great conversation. A lot of fun. We have Christmas coming up this week. I think we should probably take off Christmas and New Year and come back after the New Year.
Okay, that's fresh. We can actually address the year that passed, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I wish you Merry Christmas, my brother. Yeah.
You too, bro.
Wow, Christmas is here. It's so crazy, man.
Can't we just skip over it and just start the new year?
At least we got to have a year and do something, because the past 2 years before that were fucking shit.
It's true.
You know, actually, I can't say that, because in Florida down here where I was running around, it's like it never happened. COVID doesn't exist down here. But
it really was not existing here in Nashville either.
Yeah, you know, hey, go to the bar. That's where the COVID doesn't go in.
Do you realize who you're telling that to?
Yeah, COVID doesn't go to bars, so we're good, man. I love you, bro.
Love you too, man. Until the new year, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We had a lot of fun. Love the comments. Let's do that. Let's grow them. Let's spread the word. Spread out the links. Make sure you go down below. give us a subscription. Subscribe to us on the YouTube channel. Show us some love. Keep the comments coming. Make sure you subscribe to the Instagram and the Facebook page. And more importantly, go to the Spread Eagle outlets, all their socials and YouTube. Show them some love too, and they'll be coming to a city near you. Because the more you listen to them on Spotify and YouTube, you're going to up the numbers, and they're going to come see you.
Because listen, rock and roll has gone underground, so it's a real battle. We're in a fight here for our fucking lives. Hip hop and popular music, pop music, are ruling the airwaves, and they're ruling the commercialist bullshit that goes on. So rock is underground, so it's a good fight. We got to pass it down and get back up and get this fucking thing rolling. And so let's make it happen. Let's make it good again. Let's make rock and roll great again.
That's it. That's our job.
I can't believe I fucking said that, man. Hey, stop douchebaggery, asshole phonism in our lifetime. We can do this.
That's it. On that note, Happy New Year, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year, man.